kese India poko una poko na pabula atia ngine poko duka ko nyoka to pabula sima India tamta wanda na yoko do tu ma pabula ko nyoka to swa paru choki ni to so paru ni ngine ko wa be boy kilo dia bo kilo ba enya ba yoko ba.
All recall that 3 months ago, 2 months ago, Kapelebyong district experienced unprecedented level of insecurity as a result of Karamojong incursions, but also most importantly cattle raids and killings that were happening in the district. We made a very serious cry to government to come for our rescue. Government responded appropriately and made some deployments in the district. That has made us experience some relative calm and relative calm in the district for now. But we knew from the very beginning that deployment of the army is not going to be 100% a solution. We knew that to resolve the conflict between TESO and Karamoja, particularly the people of Kapelebyong and the neighboring communities in Karamoja, a people's approach is the long-term solution to this conflict, because the two communities of TESO and Karamoja enjoy a cultural relationship, a historical relationship. Therefore, today's dialogue is very, very important for the people of TESO, for the people of Kapelebyong, and the people of Karamoja, because we are beginning to chart a new trajectory where we want our people to have a collective future. We understand that Karamoja and TESO are one people. This dialogue helps us to develop collective strategies to identify wrong elements as we work together in harmony with our people from Karamoja. We want to thank the leadership of Karamoja and the leadership of TESO, but also most importantly the students both in Karamoja and TESO who have come with a noble idea that we need to talk. We need to build a harmony in working together. This is important, one, because the conflict in Karamoja has a relationship with youth. Because the old people in Karamoja, the elderly in Karamoja, increasingly are losing respect because of the resource issues related in Karamoja. And the young people in Karamoja are the biggest perpetrator of this conflict. Therefore, it is important that the students and the young people, both in TESO and Karamoja, take the lead in talking to young people in these regions. And as the people of Kapelebyong, we welcome this. We want to thank the TESDA leadership, the student leadership of TESO, and the student leadership of Karamoja to be the torch bearers. Both we, the politicians, and the religious leaders and the community support this noble initiative, and this is the beginning of a collective path for the two communities of TESO and Karamoja, so that we can have a socio-economic relationship which benefits one another.
But Honorable, how seriously do you think government should take the resolutions that the dialogue of the young people is going to...
First of all, one, I am a district chairman of a district, and I head a government in a district. On my own behalf, and on behalf of the people of Kapelebyong district, we will implement the resolutions of this meeting. In council, we will adapt some of the resolutions of this meeting, and we will submit some of the resolutions here to central government. My members of parliament have committed to take over some of the resolutions here to the National Assembly.
My name is Ojatum Joseph, the patron TESDA for the association. The intention of the dialogue today, this is an initiative of the young people of Karamoja and TESO, or the KASDA, that is the Karamoja Students Development Association, and the TESO Students Development Association. Our intention is to create peace and unity among Atekeri youth. We have looked and seen that it is only the way of forging how we can be able to develop our place, that is Karamoja and TESO. And through this, we initiated that it is better we pass through the elites of the younger people, those at school, because we know that people who are involved in this conflict are the younger people. So we have called this dialogue for the younger people, so that we look for the different ways and forge different ideas to come up with a concrete understanding and living together in a community. So TESO youth and Karamoja youth have decided it is our own time now to create unity and peace. If we want development in these two sub-regions, one of the things is to create peace and unity. If we get united, then we can be able to do so many other things. So we have come today, we are going to get the resolutions. First, we are going to identify the causes of the conflicts. From the causes of the conflicts, now we are also going to look at the solutions to these conflicts, and we shall come up with the resolutions. And these resolutions are going to drive us to implement the programs and the projects in the TESO sub-region and Karamoja sub-region. These committees will be created all of the districts of Karamoja and TESO of unity and peace, whereby we shall become the eye opener to these regions. We shall monitor and correlate together with the government programs and the projects which will be initiated. We shall also come with different concepts after this meeting today, whereby we shall be calling or going to different ministries and to discuss the issues pertaining about Karamoja and TESO. There is no way development, a gun cannot solve this, fighting cannot solve this, but what will solve this is only unity and peace in TESO and Karamoja sub-region. Is the reason why we have come for this peace dialogue of Ateker.
Okay, Lopian Paul Scholes is my name. I'm a master student, Makerere University, pursuing a bachelor of a master of social work, and in the same, I'm a chairperson, Mother Kasda across the country, and we do a lot of activities in peace building because of the current resurgence of insecurity in the region, and which is causing a spillover effect to even our brothers in TESO, in Sabine and Bugisu. So here we are having a dialogue, and in response to your question in the context, we are appreciating the cry from the nearby communities, because we are so very sure that there is a spillover effect which is happening now because of the internal raid which is in Karamoja, and it's affecting the neighbor. When the TESO community says that there is cattle stealing, may I name it cattle stealing in the neighborhood, we accept, because it is true, because when the habit starts from home, it is so clear that and evident that they can affect the nearby neighbor. So here the call for this dialogue is good to respond to the aspect of cattle stealing in TESO by the Karamojongs. But of course, we should not forget that, since if it is theft, even the criminals from TESO can easily also touch the nearby community of the Bokora, of the Karamojongs. So we're appreciating that, but coming for this dialogue expresses the views, different alternatives, different options, also exposes the practical underlying factors of the raid. Perhaps if it is insecurity, if it is the revenge, perhaps if it is poverty, if it is the failure of the different institutions, different bodies, or the police, if there is a loopholes in the police, if this are also termed as a gun economy, perhaps, if there are perpetrators who are trying to fuel it and further the operations. So it is good, this kind of setting helps us to understand different underlying factors which bring about the vulnerability to our communities, and also come up with the practical solutions.
So what is the noble role that you as the young people from the
Yes.
other side of Karamoja have to do to fully mitigate the cattle stealing that you have named,
Yes.
or rather to permanently stop it?
So thank you very much. As young people, we have a lot of energy, and what we can do best is advocacy. Also exposing and informing the different institutions that this is what you have to do. Yes, police, military. You have to do more on civil military cooperation. Because if you bring an expertise view, you will not achieve a lot. Because the community has practical solutions on how to attend to those practical problems. They know their local underlying factors for those causing vulnerability, causing raiding. So what we do is we do research more on assessing different practical factors underlying the insecurity, and also come up with practical solutions, and we sell it to the government. Yes, please, can we do ABCD in order to achieve the maximum and absolute peace in the region?
Very grateful to be here today. This is a very amazing place. It's so okay to be in TESO. Being a Karamojong, to be in TESO used to be a fear. But presently I'm in TESO, I'm very okay, and that's a sign that at least we as the youth are moving somehow, somewhere. And probably as we unite as TESO and Karamoja youth, this goal of peace will finally be achieved. Mine is on the point whereby we had a discussion inside and we talked of issues, of possible issues on how we can rejuvenate, on how we can rebuild the peace content in Karamoja and TESO, whereby, these are things that will boost our economy, that will boost our ways of survival, and we as the youth, also our education, mostly as we are in school. I've talked something related to clans first in Karamoja. You find that we, the Karamojons, come from different districts within Karamoja. But I also had my Karamojong leaders, personally, back at home, those in parliament, those in different front lines, that this issue of dividing ourselves as Karamojongs is trying to escalate what insecurity, whereby we call the rest the Pian, the rest the Mateniko, the rest the GA. Let's avoid this and let's make sure that we move at a single direction. The other one and the most crucial point of it is that the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs, before I say this, there is an African proverb. This is a very common proverb, which if you've ever been to school, if you have both formal and informal education, there is a proverb which tells us that an old broom knows all the corners of the room. You see, that proverb tells us in various aspects that you, the initial person of that place, knows all the corners of that room. It being in development corners, it being in political corners, it being in religious corners. So I'm urging Mr. President of this country, please, Mr. President of this country, the present president, we honor your activities in Karamoja with the security, but please, we as the Karamojongs have also people who can serve in the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs. Mostly, we really need that position right now as the Karamojongs, not because of the inferiority complex, not because of the negative perceptions, just because we want unholy broom to grant us way on how we can work harder and harder. First, to boost ways on how we can achieve peace, then the other one, to also see ways on how we can anticipate the social aspect between our leaders and us, the Karamojongs. Why is it that for quite a while now, it is the position of Karamoja, whereby the Ministry of Karamoja, whereby you find that they bring someone who does not even know the historical content of Karamoja, who does not even know the cultural content of Karamoja, who has never been revised the history of insecurity in Karamoja. How will Karamoja, we the Karamojongs first, how will we associate with our leaders to find that we make possible outreach outside there to sensitize our people in aspect as Karamojongs, no matter our front lines or our positions? Please, the president of this country, we are begging you as youth of Karamoja, that position for the Ministry of Karamoja, we really need it now in this crucial moment whereby we are trying to bond for peace. No matter whether it's acting, no matter whether you put it on a permanent stand, please just give us that ministry back to someone who is a native of Karamoja. This person will play such roles. For example, you'll find that in Karamoja, we believe on the cultural aspect, whereby, first of all, you know very well that the Karamojongs are not really literally educated. We are not educated mostly, the greater percentage. Why this position is important, mostly on the Karamoja side, is because somewhere, somehow, even though you're a key leader on a big position, you have that initiative as a Karamojong to move and talk to your own people face to face. But now, when you bring Irene Nandutu to Karamoja, Irene Nandutu does not even know my village, where I come from. She doesn't even know how my grandfather looks like. Yet we are the cultural side. They ask you that, who is the minister for our affairs? You ask you who is talking. First of all, an elder asking you that, who is the minister for Karamoja affairs? And you tell this person that it is called the Irene Nandutu. Irene Nandutu has nothing to do with us in Karamoja. And this is the right time we are resisting that. We cannot accept to work with mascalators in Karamoja again. We are tired of working with non-Kaijongs in most crucial issues. I take this to the government. Thank you so much.
What is your name?
I am Godfrey. I'm Godfrey Lomer. If you want to reach me, you can come to Moroto and get me there. I'm a student in the university.
Thank you so much. Today here in Kapelebyong, we have agreed as young people, the youth and the students in general, we are saying that the resolutions we have concluded right now in the House, in the meeting one, we are saying that government should designate northeastern region for the two ethnic groups, the Karamojongs and TESO. Secondly, we are saying that government should provide an alternative economic activity for the two regions. Other than us roaming with cows here and there must be an alternative. The other thing, we're also saying that government should tighten the security in the porous borders to carve down the gun business. The guns are entering Karamoja in a high scale. We are saying it should stop. The other thing, we're also saying that water production in the two regions should be developed. What we're meaning is that the irrigation schemes in Karamoja, then also the valley dams should be constructed to help these two places have a settled activity. Then the other one, we are saying that government should also look at having an alternative peace building mechanisms like peace clubs. We're advocating and we should establish them. Finally, we are saying that at least in all the things, the peace carnivals for Karamoja and TESO should be initiated so that the two ethnic groups should be able to come either once in a year or twice to share the identity, and in that way we shall be building the harmonious, cohesive living with the two groups. And we hope that it will yield a lot of fruits, and we are determined as young people to move forward and to see that we work with the government, stakeholders, private organizations to realize all this to be achieved. And we hope that the mindset of our brothers in Karamoja and TESO will definitely change. This is what